be shocked when you hear what happened at the hearing. Rep. Eli Crane of Arizona lashed out at Deborah Pearlstein, Director of Law and Public Policy at Princeton University. Let's get more details on how it went down.
Ms. Pearlstein, you said during the audio recording that the chairman played, one of the criteria for impeachment is serious offenses against public trust. Do you still stand by this comment today, ma'am?
As I've explained before, offenses against the public trust are instances in which an official is willfully acting for his own benefit or the benefit of his own power or on behalf of a foreign power.
Thank you. How is this border crisis that has been planned and executed by Secretary Mayorkas not a serious offense to public trust, Ms. Pearlstein?
Having read through the materials, I see no evidence that Secretary Mayorkas has acted on behalf of his own benefit, financially or politically, and I see no evidence that there is collusion or other cooperation or acting on
Ma'am,
behalf
do you
of-
see...
Whoa. In my opinion, he is directly related to the border crisis because he is responsible for its safety, and as we all saw the result, he simply failed in his task. So what is there to talk about?
Do you see evidence of betrayal of public trust? If you need help finding that, ma'am, look to your right. There's two mothers in here that have had their complete lives destroyed, their families destroyed. I'm gonna ask Ms. Dunn, has your public trust in Secretary Mayorkas and the Department of Homeland Security been broken?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Nobles,
Yes.
do you guys feel betrayed by Secretary Mayorkas and the Department of Homeland Security? You guys know his job is Secretary of Homeland Security. His job, in his title, is to protect the homeland, Homeland Security. Do you guys feel betrayed?
Yes.
I thought so.
See, that's what I was talking about. The House of Representatives of the U.S. Congress has supported the impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, the head of the country's Department of Homeland Security, DHS, for the second time. He is known as the most ardent supporter of bringing millions of migrants into the U.S., a trump card that Joe Biden intended to play in the upcoming presidential election. Two women confirmed that he had simply put them and their families in danger. I think it's high time he packed his bags.
The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, and here's the point, and shall protect each of them against invasion. Ms. Nobles, Ms. Dunn, do you think that this Homeland Security Secretary is protecting these states against invasion? Is she protecting Arizona?
Arizona is not protected against invasion.
Ms. Pearlstein, after having me read that, do you think that this secretary is protecting the 50 states against invasion?
The word invasion in that clause is not in reference to migrants who are not trying to overthrow the government of the United States.
Oh, it's interesting that you say that, ma'am.
It's really interesting. Deborah Pearlstein believes that there is nothing wrong with such a problem as the migration crisis and that it is quite natural. She does not see what is happening in the border area. They can't let their children out on the streets alone. They are constantly exposed to attacks and possible robberies. It's scary and horrible that she doesn't know this.
Very interesting that you say that. Ma'am, Ms. Pearlstein, have you ever studied unconventional warfare? Any idea what that term means?
I've heard that term used. I'm
What do
not
you
an expert in unconventional warfare.
Do you have any idea what it might mean? Go ahead, take a stab at it.
I would rather hear your definition.
Okay, great. Do you think in any wild and unprecedented strategy in the history of the world, one of our adversaries might try and send their soldiers to infiltrate our country using our wide open border, not putting them in uniforms, and having them come and present themselves in front of our Border Patrol agents and tell our Border Patrol agents, oh, we're just innocent immigrants. We just want a better life. Do you think that's even possible, Ms. Pearlstein?
Might anyone ever lie at the border? Yes.
Okay. So it is possible that tens of thousands, you know that's how many we're getting a day, right, ma'am? About 10,000 a day? 10 to 15,000 a day? Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of any statistics.
Okay, well,
My God, She doesn't even know the statistics and says it's perfectly normal. I don't even have anything to add to this situation. It's horrible.
I'll fill you in then, ma'am. You're in the Homeland Security Committee. It's about 10 to 15,000 often, sometimes 12,000 a day. That's more than a combat division coming through our southern border from 160 countries, some of which are adversarial. And I'm going to tell you right now, unconventional warfare has been used since the beginning of time. These people aren't stupid. They're using access to our country to bring in individuals who want to do harm to it. I've been in the classified briefs. It's a fact, ma'am. How many families have to be ruined? How many mothers have to sit next to you before you come to understand this is an invasion of our country, and he's in complete dereliction of duty of his constitutional oath to protect and defend the United States of America? How many, ma'am? Would we need to have 100 here today for you?
Impeachment will not address the policy problem you describe.
That's not a policy problem. That is him completely derelicting his oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. I read you the invasion clause. He is not doing that, ma'am. He's in complete dereliction of doing it in accordance with the other laws that other committee members have read to you today. And I think it's sad. This shouldn't be a partisan issue at all, and you know it. I yield back.
This whole situation proves the current government's negligent attitude towards serious problems. Joe Biden was at the border recently and just peddled his face there to show how problems are solved. In reality, the people and the governor of Texas were waiting for Trump, the man who fought migration and prosperity for our country. All problems start small and end up like this. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.